Welcome to the first live episode of Self-Publishing Pointers of the New Year. I'm Sam Pierce from Swap Books, and today I want to talk about self-publishing and how print-on-demand can help with getting the printed copies of your book sorted out. So I quite often get asked what print-on-demand actually is, and what the difference is between print-on-demand and traditional publishing, how it relates to publishing. With traditional print, if you've ever ordered any sort of print copies in the past, you'll know that the more copies you order at any particular time, the cheaper it is per copy to order. And the reason for that is that one of the biggest expenses in traditional litho printing is the actual setup of the print job itself. This requires a highly skilled technician, usually takes anywhere between 1 to 2 hours to set up and color calibrate the litho printer to make sure that you're getting the best quality print from that print run. Now, once the printer's set up and that print run, that job is actually printing, really the only costs after that are paper and ink. Now, the concept of print on demand is basically where you gather several print jobs of the same print specifications and then print them all together so that you get the benefits of a larger print run. You're only setting up the printer once, but you're printing numerous copies of numerous different jobs all together. Now, this basically means that you can order a single copy of your book for a similar per unit print cost that you would if you were ordering, say, 100 or 200 copies. Because in a print-on-demand print run, that's generally the number of copies that are being printed together, even if there are 100 different jobs in that print run. Now, there is a downside to print on demand that you need to be aware of, and that is, in order for the print on demand model to work, it relies on every single job in that print run having the exact same print specifications. So this is having the exact same trim size, exact same paper stock, same binding type, even down to whether that job is being printed black and white or full color. Every job within that print run has to be identical. It can be various different number of pages. It doesn't matter, what the artwork itself actually is. As long as the print technical specifications are the same, then you can combine all of those jobs together. Now, in order to make the print-on-demand model effective, it really only works by restricting the number of possible combinations that you can have of these different print specifications. And that's why self-publishing platforms like Ingram Spark, CreateSpace, Lightning Source, this is the reason why they restrict the number of trim sizes, the number of binding types, the type of paper stock that's available for you to choose from, so that they can limit the number of possible permutations that there are, meaning that there is going to be more chance that they're going to have a lot of print jobs coming in, all of the same specifications that they can then gang together and print in one single print run. So this basically means that if you want to have special print finishes associated with your book, so for example, spot UV on your cover, or you're printing a black and white book, however you want glossy color plates within the middle of the book, or you want a special binding type, these sorts of things are not compatible with the print-on-demand model, which means for those types of books, you do need to rely on traditional printing. However, if you are willing to make the specifications of your book fall within those print-on-demand possible categories, it means that you can really, really benefit from what print on demand has to offer. And that's the ability to be able to order a single copy of your book, because there are no minimum print orders like what you get with traditional printing. It means that you don't have to order and pay for up front, and also then find the storage for pallet loads worth of books. You can order the number of books that you need at any one time to fulfill that particular need. So it's a lot less of a financial risk to you. It means that you don't need to worry about storage, and it also means that distribution models are that much easier, because with print-on-demand self-publishing platforms, retail chains like Amazon or Waterstones, any copies that they would need, they would order themselves directly from the print supplier, and they then order just the number of copies that they need at that particular time. So hopefully that's answered a lot of the questions about print on demand. If there are any questions that you do have that I haven't covered, feel free to ask them in the comments. Make sure that you give my page a like and a follow, so that you'll get notifications of when these lives come out, which I'll be doing regularly, usually on about a weekly basis. If you miss the live feeds, not to worry, I will be posting all of these videos onto my YouTube channel for you to refer back to at any time, so make sure that you check that out and give that a subscribe. So that's it for this week. I hope you found that useful, and have a fantastic weekend, and we will speak to you next week.